Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to get into Hercules and the Lost Cities. And shout out to my wife for putting me onto this because this is a good one. Fair warning, it's going to get a little controversial. But I hope you stick with me and I hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching. And the city we're getting into is called Heraklion, also known as Thonis. It's sometimes called Thonis-Heraklion. It's an ancient Egyptian port city located near the canopic mouth of the Nile. And we're talking about 20 miles northeast of Alexandria, the famed city. And in the ancient world, it wasn't uncommon for cities to be named after their patron deities, such as Hercules. Alright, so right here is the article that my wife showed me, Lost City, how Thonis and Heraklion resurfaced after 1,000 years. They said like 1,200 years. Right here, they talk about the Egyptian god, Happy. They found, right here is a reassembled statue of it. Looks pretty big there. I'm not going to go through the article, that'll be pretty boring, but right here, that's the statue that they found off on the left here. Okay, so I'm not really going to get into like the archaeological finds of this lost city or anything like that, because where my mind is, I want to get into the deities that they were building shrines and temples to and statues of and the rituals behind it. And I want to show you that this goes beyond just Egypt, beyond Greece, this whole Mediterranean area, and I want to get into it. This was a port city, and what they said was it was a cousin city to Alexandria, and once Alexandria got populated and all the commerce and business was happening there, that this city just kind of fell to the wayside. So let's get into it. Let me show you. So here is Happy, and they say he's an ancient god. He was portrayed as a man with women's breasts and protruding belly. And anything symbolizing water has motherly characteristics, right? Nurturing, fertility, that sort of thing. And here it is in Wikipedia. See, look, it shows you where it is. And the history here says Thonis was originally built on some adjoining islands in the Nile Delta. The city was built around a central temple. Had a large temple of Khonsu, the son of Amun. Also, Khonsu makes an appearance in pop culture today with the Marvel television series Moon Knight, where Khonsu's avatar, goes out and does his bidding. In the Night at the Museum series, The Secrets of the Tomb, there's a tablet of Akhmun-Ra that was made by the high priest of the Temple of Khonsu. So let's take a look at Khonsu. His name means the traveler. He's usually depicted as a mummy with a side lock of hair, or sometimes wearing an eagle or a falcon head. So he's one of the sages, like Heru. Aw, look at this little guy. So right now, let's get back into Hercules and the Grecian side of this story in these cities. So from what I can see, this ancient Egyptian city of Thonis wasn't much unlike our port cities here in the Americas before the Industrial Revolution. See, they worship gods like Happy and Khonsu. They even had a creation goddess, a temple there where you had to dedicate a 10% tax to the temple. But they worshipped Happy, which had fertility. They worshipped Khonsu for the travelers, for the traders coming in and out. And hey, go check out my video on Lady Liberty and personifications, which seems to me that this taxation part became a big reason for its downfall. See, where my mind's at right now is this city was mostly Egyptian, had Egyptian government and rule or whatever, and there was probably a pretty heavy Grecian presence there, right? So as different rulers change in and out, as it became more Grecian or more Arab than Egyptian, is probably when this whole thing started to change. So basically the only reason why they named this city after Hercules, I think, was when they already had a heavy Grecian presence there. And it comes from the writings of Herodotus. Okay, so Herodotus was a Grecian writer slash historian who's published quite a few works, and they're actually really good. He wrote one on the account of Egypt, where he classifies Egyptian deities and tries to relate them with Grecian deities. For instance, Osiris is Dionysus, and so on and so on. It's highly debated because they think he wrongly classified these deities together. That's neither here nor there. As I stated previously, that they had a temple to the goddess Net. And there was a decree of Sais that pretty much stated law that all the commerce, or from the seaways they called it, the seaways business part had to dedicate a 10% tax to the temple of Net, however you want to say it. Well, anyway, I'm thinking maybe when this started to turn into Grecian favor is when Grecian rulers and governors or whatever started to come up and said, hey, forget your 10% tax because we're going to take it now. And could be a huge part of the reason why Alexander was built up and populated like 20 miles away. It's just speculation on my part, but you can see it going down like that. So back to this deity, Hercules. I want to get into something I've known about him for a long time. And right here is where it's going to get really controversial. When you do a Google search, check out some of the names that these deities are known by. Hercules born Alcaeus. And look at these other names. Alcides, Alcetus, a divine hero in Greek mythology, the son of Zeus and Alcmene. And this is the one right here that might get me in trouble. And just a disclaimer, I do not discriminate on any race or background or sex, gender, religion, tradition, any of that. But let's get into this. Alcetus. You see it, right? Here's a Wikipedia search on the modern day Heraklion. Look at the spelling. Heraklion. What's that sound like? If you were like me, you were probably thinking Hercules is a Greek name, right? But you would be wrong. Right here they say the etymology of the name Iraq comes from Mesopotamia. Down here it says one dates to Sumerian and the other one Middle Persian. Well, what am I getting at here? Alright, so let me try and wrap this up. I think this particular city of Thonis probably fell somewhat to Grecian rule due to the power struggle that was going on in that time. These port cities were huge for business, commerce, import, export, trade. So maybe the Grecian rule kind of took over this city and then went to build Alexandria. Where I'm getting at with Hercules is this deity is very ancient from Mesopotamia, a very ancient hero, and kind of sounds like another group, but I'll say less. Go back and watch my video on Orion where I kind of get into that, and I hope you're still with me. I've been dropping knowledge on this channel. I want to continue to do so, and I hope that you guys stay with me and support. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.